Binge Pipe is pleased to bring back You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe, more productive than voting.
I'm Cookie Masterson, and if my mom could see me now, I'd say, "What are you doing, Mom? I told you to stay in the car while I hosted this game." Ready for your solo? I'll just sing harmonies in the background. Okay, it's time.
Time for question one.
First on the docket, my mentally imbalanced pony. Imagine all this time, the My Little Ponies have been perfectly normal-sized ponies who just thought they were too small. Which diagnosis could explain this? Pinkie Pie, you have muscle dysmorphia. Flutter. Hope you like what you picked. Muscle dysmorphia is the obsession that your body is the wrong size. Pinkie Pie, you are perfect the way you are.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
There is no hiding from FX marks the spot. If FX greenlit a show that was equidistant between their hits Fargo and Atlanta, what series would they pick up? Peoria, Kansas City, Gettysburg, or Memphis? Okay, let's take a look. Peoria, Illinois is 558 miles from Fargo, North Dakota, and 558 miles from Atlanta, Georgia.
Why don't we do it with three?
Next, yet another reason I have a hard time watching House of Cards. And it's this or that. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a Netflix original program, you know, like Stranger Things or one of those exclusive Adam Sandler movies, or a picture calibration setting on my HD TV. Think fast, you'll only get a few seconds to pick between on Netflix or in my TV settings. Ready? Good. Tint. Right. Easy. Resolution. Low. Dark. Smoothness. I've seen worse. Let's get on with it, shall we? Here we have FOMO problems. Which statement is historically accurate about someone who had FOMO about the dodo? It's 1510, almost no dodo. It's 1680, we're low on dodo. It's 17... Let's see how that shook out. By most accounts, the dodo went extinct in 1681. So after this date, you missed out. Chill, man. Stop being so thirsty for dodo. Take a good look at the perpetual motion of the Oceans franchise. Which of the following equals the number of oceans traditionally considered to be on planet Earth? Oceans 11 minus Oceans 13 plus Oceans 8, Oceans 12 minus Oceans 11 plus Oceans 13 minus Oceans 8, Oceans 8 minus Oceans 11 divided by Oceans 12, or Oceans 12 minus Oceans 8. And how do we do? Traditionally, the Earth's oceans are divided up into 4. The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, and the Arctic. And Oceans 12 minus Oceans 8 equals Oceans 4. But if we don't do something about our carbon emissions, soon we may end up with so many oceans that the novelty of the original film will be all but forgotten. Round 1 is history. Be careful, nobody is catching up. Oh, and did I mention all the money's doubled in round 2? Okay, off we go.
6 trombones is not a parade.
This one's called South by South North. Which of these southern points is farthest north? The southern tip of South Korea, the southern tip of South Dakota, the southern tip of southern Ontario, or the southern tip of South Wales? Okay, what'd you pick? The south of South Wales is the farthest north of all these southern points. This type of directional confusion is what we do west.
Hey, question.
We'd like to initiate a moment of playful interactivity. Would you like a question where Cookie gets mad or a question where Cookie gets even? Choose your content. You have engaged with the process.
L'asperge se moque de moi. 7.
Behold, a question where I get even. A math question. Which of these numbers just can't even? The sum of an odd number and an odd number, the product of an even number and an odd number, the sum of an odd number and an even number, or the product of an even number and an even number. I love this part. Remember this moment. When you add an odd number and an even number, the answer is always odd. The nice thing about being really bad at math, you might look at the scores and think you're winning.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of 8.
Oh, here's a good one. I think the lady doth protest about the right amount. If a group of protesters wanted a way to measure how much #resistance they were generating, what should they add to their chant? What do we want? Blank! When do we want it? Now! Volts, ohms, Gs, or amps. Okay, let's take a look. Ohm is the electrical measurement used to measure resistance. Back in college, I went to a lot of protests, and let me tell you, we almost won the right to publicly urinate with a doctor's note.
Na, 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 na.
Try this on for size. Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein?
Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein. It's a monster.
John Lennon's alter ego in Yellow Submarine. Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein? Let's see how that shook out. In the 1968 animated film Yellow Submarine, John Lennon is introduced as Frankenstein's monster.
Sabes que es lindo, yes, perritos.
Why not try singles night at the watering hole? Picture it. A suitor with an impressive neck beard decides to go full alpha and approach the fastest mammal at the bar. He tips his fedora and says, "M'lady, m'lion, m'llama, or m'leopard seal." So what'd you pick? Lions have been clocked running 50 miles per hour in short sprints. Sorry, animals, it's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't graze here. Welcome. Well, don't mind me then. Here's your clue. Animal parts. Animals are made up of lots of parts. I hope you know what they are. Good luck. Drink it in! You survived a whole game by yourself. Amazing! Still, you made some decent cash. I bet if other people were here, you still would have won. And I'd still have said this.